A stern warning. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says crossing that bridge could hurt the Metro East economy. I'll explain it coming up.
And one Metro East school is changing up how they're bringing kids back to class, and it has to do with their last names.
Some of us looking at blue skies in Edwardsville, others seeing gray skies still now in Farmington. We'll let you know who could see rain today and what those temperatures look like into the weekend.
I'm ready to reveal it, man.
Should I do a drum roll?
Hey, you gotta do the drum roll. And don't put my face and put one on.
Sister Strut has a big announcement for us today. Rennie Knott will be joining us in studio with how they're changing up their annual walk this year.
You're watching Today in St. Louis.
Good morning, Illinois. You are looking mighty fine this morning. Look at those blue skies. Gorgeous. We do have a few things to tell you about across the river, like the warning from Governor Pritzker if you're coming to Missouri, and how Edwardsville schools are using students' last names to make sure back to school is safe. But first, we want to say happy Friday to you. I'm Allie Corey. Savannah is enjoying some much-deserved vacation. And Anthony, you've got some good news for us.
Yeah, finally, right? We're looking at temperatures climbing through the 70s to right about 80 degrees right now. The good news is we are expecting a dry day here in St. Louis, but not the case for some of us south of the metro area. You still have gray skies, recovering from some fog this morning. I'm speaking to you in Farmington. You can still see we've got low clouds there. 80 degrees in St. Louis with a heat index of 84 right now at St. Louis Metro. That area of low pressure that's been with us all week long is finally starting to kick eastward. This next area of low pressure to our north, that's going to bring a chance for storms tomorrow evening and overnight. But today is a dry day in St. Louis. The clouds again south, and that's where you may catch a brief passing shower from Farmington over towards Mount Vernon today. But in the metro area, we are expecting a dry day. Temperatures warm too, up near 88 this afternoon. We'll talk more about the weekend ahead, plus a cool down coming, a little taste of fall once again as we head towards next week. We'll show you that in the full forecast. We did have a traffic alert to pass along to you this morning. At 9 o'clock, there was a fatal accident on 55 southbound at Richardson. Crews are still on the scene here this morning, and it looks like they've finally started to open up some lanes for you, but for about an hour, 3 of those lanes were blocked, and for a while, no lanes were getting through. So it looks like traffic is starting to improve there, 55 southbound at Richardson. Of course, we will bring you more information through the day as we learn exactly what happened there. Otherwise, traffic seems to be recovering, but again, that's 55 southbound that was impacted near Richardson.
Anthony, thank you. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is warning Illinois residents about traveling to Missouri. He sent a tweet last night saying, "Don't let your guard down if you travel to the Show Me State." Our Ryan Henson has more on the governor's message.
So Governor Pritzker gave a warning to the folks here in the Metro East. If you cross the bridge, be careful because we still are in the midst of a pandemic. And even though Missouri restrictions might be a little looser, it could hurt the Metro East economy. Here's what he's talking about right here. For perspective, St. Louis City has 5,300 confirmed cases. The county, a total of 16,000 confirmed cases. The positivity rate in St. Louis County is just above 8%. And remember, the positivity rate is a number of all tests that are in the area coming back positive. That's important because statewide, Illinois, the rate is going down everywhere except right here in the Metro East, where that number is holding firm just under 8%. Any higher, Governor Pritzker says he may have to put in some restrictions that could possibly hurt the economy in order to slow the spread of COVID-19. That's why he's issuing a warning to the neighbors that live here in the Metro East. Just be careful and be on your guard and make sure we stop the spread of COVID-19. I'm Ryan Henson reporting from Collinsville.
And if you're interested, we do have a further breakdown of all of the numbers on KSDK.com. This just in, out of the Granite City School District, Superintendent Stephanie Can says they cut ties with an employee over unprofessional and racially charged remarks and comments on social media. Can says it is effective immediately and will be ratified by the Board of Education at their next meeting. We are working to learn more about the incident. You can check back on the 5 on Your Side app for any updates. Another round of students have their first day of school today in Edwardsville. It's for students with last names M through Z. The school spaced out its schedule into 2 blocks of students so that only half will be in the building at any given time. Now, we have partnered with Education Plus to answer some of your back-to-school questions like this one. So many school-aged children live with grandparents or other aging family members, and we all know that young kids are constantly spreading cold and flu germs. So how safe can it be for older family members in the household or even family members who might be compromised? Here's the answer. If members of your family are following CDC guidelines like social distancing, wearing a face covering, washing hands, and using disinfectant, then the risks will be relatively low. If there are concerns about compromising members of your household, most school districts do offer virtual learning. That might be the best option for your family. If you have a back-to-school question you want answered, just text us. That number there right on your screen. You can also see more answers to questions you've already asked under the As Seen on TV section on the 5 on Your Side app. We have new information on a teenager shot and killed in St. Louis City. Police identified the 14-year-old who lost his life on Wednesday night in the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood as Vic Trail Mora. But there is no word on a suspect or a motive. He is the 15th child shot and killed in St. Louis City this year, already surpassing last year's total of 14 kids killed by gunfire. A former youth soccer coach is now charged for accusations he had sex with a 16-year-old player. Prosecutors have charged 31-year-old Hugh Patrick McVeigh with statutory rape. He's a former coach at Lou Few's athletic club. Police say he started texting the victim earlier this year, and then they met up at McVeigh's house in St. Charles County and also the home of a family member of the victim. He also faces charges in St. Louis County. Starting tomorrow, new Illinois youth and adult recreational sports guidelines will take effect. So those guidelines break down sports into 3 risk levels: lower, medium, or higher, based on the amount of contact between athletes. Based on current conditions, sports can have intra-league play across the state. If COVID cases increase, more restrictions will take place. Well, it is official. St. Louis's future MLS team now has a name. Say hello to St. Louis City SC. So here's what it'll look like. Owner Carolyn Kindle Betts unveiled the name and the crest yesterday. The colors were taken from our city flag, the red, the navy, and the yellow. The team's crest features an image of the arch, and then the lines represent the Missouri and Mississippi rivers. Now, the name actually came from thousands of ideas submitted from fans, but as you can imagine, like everything else, not everyone is loving it. Some feel including city in the name feels like the club is excluding other parts of the bi-state. The team's CEO sees it as an opportunity to expand the definition of what city means here in St. Louis. And the guys over at STL Style House, they say this name has potential beyond sports.
I think that forcing people to recognize that there is a city here, St. Louis City Soccer Club, I think that helps reacquaint the very people we need the most to believe in it, to think about it maybe in a different way.
Meanwhile, the new stadium is scheduled to be complete by mid-2022. The pandemic actually pushed back the team's debut to 2023. Well, the Cardinals are almost ready to play ball again, but unfortunately another coach tested positive for COVID-19 while quarantining at home. So the Cards game planned for today at Chicago, the White Sox, will not be played. Instead, there will be a doubleheader tomorrow. The Cardinals are shuffling their coach, staff, and roster, and the players are ready to drive up to Chicago. Hopefully, the Blues can put together 3 solid periods of hockey tonight in Edmonton. They're going up against the Canucks in Game 2 of their playoff series. The Canucks defeated St. Louis 5-2 during Game 1 on Wednesday. Blues have yet to win a game in the NHL bubble. Puck drops tonight, nice and early, 5:30. One St. Louis organization isn't letting the pandemic keep them from strutting their stuff to beat breast cancer. And our Rennie Knott joins us in studio this morning with how Sister Strut is continuing their goal despite COVID-19. And Rennie, it comes with a pretty cool announcement.
Oh yeah, you know, the show has to go on now. This is what you normally see at Sister Strut. People coming together to show support and bring awareness about breast cancer in black women. But because of COVID-19 and social distancing, you can't have the big crowds. So this year, they're changing things up.
I am extremely excited about Sister Strut 2020, man. It's brand new. We're doing a virtual Sister Strut this year, and it's going to be October 3rd at 10 a.m., and I am so excited. I just cannot wait. This year, Rainey, instead of doing a T-shirt, we are doing masks. And you know, yeah, I'm ready to reveal it, man.
Should I do a drum roll?
Hey, you gotta do the drum roll, and I'm gonna my face and put one on.
Oh, I
There you
love
go.
it.
Yeah, it's the new Sister Strut mask because we feel like We have to make sure that people are safe. This one here is for the survivors.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
When I think about Sister Strut, I think about three things. 1, awareness. 2, support. And 3, love.
We have to understand that this breast cancer, it affects African-American women at a higher rate. There's a 40% higher death rate with women of color who obtain breast cancer. And then, just the supports, to be able to give that support, and be able to be there for somebody, it means the world to them. And then, the love and the camaraderie, that it brings to just the community itself, man, and just everybody loving on each other, because that's what we need right now, man. We got to have everybody just loving on each other. Like I said, man, I'm just so excited, and I'm proud that we're doing this.
You can get your Sister Strut mask by going to sisterstrutstl.com to order one. The cost is just $10. And by the way, that was BJ, the DJ.
Yes.
He's very excited about everything because this is a special year for him. Earlier this year, he felt a lump. He had to go in and have surgery to have that lump removed. Luckily, it was not cancer, but he understands it a lot more now and really has a great deal more support for the women out there.
Wow. Yeah, that's an important issue that you raised, Rennie. I mean, a lot of people don't even think about that, men that deal with this as well.
Right.
That's good news that he is not dealing with it anymore, but wow, heart goes out to him. Oh, he's got some great energy too. Love
he
him.
does, yeah.
All right, let's talk about the forecast. We are looking at some sunshine here, finally starting to dry out across the bi-state. We do have a nice day on tap, a little more rain for tomorrow, and then a nice stretch of quiet weather for next week. We are back to show you that.
Anthony, you can rent just about anything these days. Well, now you can rent your neighbor's pool. That is, if they're on this app. There's an app that's creating a splash as COVID cancels summer plans. We're going to tell you about it right after this.